Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your host Walter Perez Donis, and this is my first time doing my own podcast. And welcome aboard to my favorite friends and the homies right here. We got our starring guests, Jared and my homie Angus. What's up, man?
Sup?
What's good? What's
Good
good?
to see you.
Yo, what's up, son? All right, so this podcast topic we're gonna talk about it's anime. I know many anime really influenced to the West in America, and so basically we're gonna talk about the best tournaments, etc., and also talk about why anime became like a most popular culture around the whole world. And starting about you guys, let's hear about yourself. Like, what really got you into anime, or let's before we start talking about it, let's introduce to yourself.
So
To you, Jared. Go first.
I'm Jared, musician, and I do a bunch of other stuff. Radio. I do radio here at Kingsborough as well. That's pretty much it. I grew up with anime, so it's funny for me to see the evolution of like being younger and it wasn't as cool, and you kind of just like found the homies that were friends and like you could like enjoy it with, and then you didn't like wear like the shirts as much in public because it just wasn't the thing back in the day, right? Like it was like a subculture. Now it's a bigger deal.
What about you, Angus?
Well, I'm Angus, and I want to be an aspiring media professional. I also grew up with anime, and well, I was introduced to anime by my sister, which I have to thank for that. I did get started on Dragon Ball, though. That is definitely a popular choice for first-timers. And again, obviously, it wasn't exactly well liked by the popular
Right, it wasn't as popular, right?
popular media, but now it's exploded.
That's big.
Like COVID really changed that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, for me, will introduce myself. So basically, what really got me into anime is by my parents. Obviously, they're Hispanic, and the most popular thing that the meme culture about Hispanic is Dragon Ball.
That's true.
So that's the reason why I got into Dragon Ball, and it's really fun about it, especially like it's really cool. And during COVID, there was this anime that I really enjoyed watching, and I still rewatch it too much and often. And I do got one of the mangas. Is Yu Yu Hakusho, and it's one of the masterpieces of Takashi's like best art style.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Like in the beginning, he tried to make it into like a comedy, but until he tried to change it to the subject and make it like into an action, like fighting / comedy.
Right.
And that really got me like entertained, especially after he finishes anime in the manga Yu Yu Hakusho. He did Hunter x Hunter. That's like the best as well, and especially the best story arcs ever. The climactic end arc is still my favorite till this day, and I really enjoy watching anime because I mean, even though people make fun of you saying you gotta go outside touch some grass, but that's, yeah.
Touch some grass.
But at the same time, I like about it because it got plot, it got story, it got like the art style and etc. Like it's really fun and everything. And I will tell you my top 5 best anime so far, in my opinion.
All right.
All right, 5th it goes Mob Psycho 100, One Piece. I mean no, Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Dragon Ball. That's the best. What's
Yours
yours?
are classics, dude. Those are like. It's funny that like you said, you grew up with it and your family put you on, right? Because like for me, it was very different. Like my mom is Peruvian. She's like very like a girly girl, right? And then my dad's just like an American Jewish guy from New York. He's just got other things going on. He's in his like 60s, 70s. He doesn't care about that stuff. So to see like grow up with it, of course you're gonna have those classic tastes. And the funny thing is, like me growing up with it now, I've while I have a respect for all the hand drawn stuff, and Dragon Ball Z is on that list of top 5 for me too. I'd probably have to put something like Attack on Titan was huge for me, even though it's over now. I always harp on it. Big My Hero fan. What else though? So I actually also love like some Gundam. Not the thing about Gundams is I find them to be they're supposed to be political and they're like war based, right? So for me it wasn't like that wasn't. I love mechs, but I don't love the Gundam stories most of the time. But there was this one called like Blood Orphans. It's just I would recommend that to anybody hands down. Such a good story, Blood Orphans, and then probably Shippuden. I'd probably have to put Shippuden up there because I invested, and that's one of those ones like it's not One Piece, but you have to invest. There's so much filler in Shippuden.
What about you, Angus? What are your
Oof.
top 5?
Well, I haven't exactly made my list yet, but gotta say, I really like One Piece. That's obviously like the storytelling and like the whole world building. It's like so expansive. It's like the Elden Ring of anime.
Right, it's kind of crazy that Netflix decided to bite that one off of all the animes to turn into a show.
Right.
It's so long, there's so much to it.
And well, I'll probably have to expand on that someday. Yeah.
I respect that. All right, this is my first question. What is your thoughts about live action adaptations versus the anime? Like, what's your opinion on it? You go first, Jared.
So it's funny because it's one of those like stumble till you get it right kind of things, right? Like everyone will sit here and give and say that like right out the bat and think that right out the bat Marvel like nailed it, right? But there was like a Fantastic Four film that like literally got purchased by DC Comics and was like buried so nobody would see it because DC got scared that it would set back superhero films 10 years. And so like nobody saw that. So like but there is that like stumble till you get it right. Like a lot of people don't like the OG Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. I do, but like a lot of people don't, you know?
I will tell you one thing. I like the Ben Affleck movie.
That's right, man. There's nothing not to like about it. He killed it. But that said, I do think anime is going through that growing pains thing, right? Like the Dragon Ball Evolution movie was bad, and the Avatar. I know Avatar is one of those blurry things. Like the Last Airbender is one of those like really blurry lines between being an anime and not, because people like will say it's not, and I probably will also gladly say it's not. But it's a beloved animation enough that when it got turned into a live action the first time, people hated it, right? And there's a bunch of other cases like that. But now then you also see like Netflix, like people like One Piece, people like the Yu Yu Hakusho show. People hated the, what is it? What's the one with the jazz intro?
Oh, like Cowboy Bebop.
People hated Cowboy Bebop. People hated that. So it's that growing pains, right? There's that like the stumble. Like how much are we allowed to play with, and how much do people actually want the original content just done live action and really cool? Because I just want that.
I respect that. What about you, Angus?
I gotta say, live actions, I think they can be good, like some of them, but like the people that make them really need to know like how it's like, you know,
Where it's coming from, the content. Yeah.
They got to know the original source.
Yeah.
And then, because like if they deviate from that, it's gonna be like wildly like, you know, off the hill.
How'd you feel about Death Note?
Ooh, gotta say, I haven't seen it too much. I've seen the original anime, but the live action, I don't know how that's.
It was like basically like a movie. It was not like episodes.
Yeah, one
it was
shot,
like a
right?
But the one who killed it was Ryuko, was Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe was
yes.
such
He
a good
killed it.
addition to that cast.
Yeah.
He was the saving grace for anyone who hated. Like if you hated it, you had to at least sit there and be like, Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
you know,
he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Willem the GOAT. All right. So basically, we mentioned about like top 5 anime. So I know for me about the live action as well. My opinion is that it's like a scale balance. It's like a yes or no. For one thing, like you mentioned, it needs to have like proper script and everything. Like for example, let's talk about Dragon Ball Evolution. The director didn't even bother reading the manga or watching
Not
the
at
anime.
all.
Yeah.
And Akira Toriyama, he was trying to like translate, or someone was like helping him translate to English words, saying like, "Hey, let me help you, let me direct, since I'm the creator." And the guy just denied it.
Yeah.
And that looking at it, no wonder it was a horrible movie. But like you mentioned about One Piece live action, I really like it.
Oh,
at the same time, I dislike it because how they change a bit, but at the same time, I don't know. It's like you like it. Yeah. Just like Yu Yu Hakusho, like the live action. They did the same thing, but they shortened it up like 5 episodes, while the anime has like, I believe 130 or 140 episodes.
It's just a lot to cover,
Yeah.
To like repeat in a weird way. You know, 'cause you're kind of just repeating it, and you don't want. That's the thing, is you don't want a new story though, right? Like I don't want a new story, but I want it to be like something about making something live action makes it feel that much more real. Like the cool thing about anime is the themes and the stories, because they're getting you to somewhere. Like you could tell it without superpowers, you could tell it without that, but it would still the core of the story is supposed to be there, like whether it be family or this or that, you know, like Demon Slayer at the end of it all is, I feel like, very like it's a brother and sister bond, you know. Throw away all demons and throw away sword fighting and throw away all the beautiful animation. It's about a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
You know, like a brother trying to protect a sister even after something so bad's already happened to her. You know, and it's like human stories. So when you make something live action, I feel like you can bring that humanness to it, but like you said, you have to bring that source knowledge, because I want to rewatch the same thing. Yeah, it's beloved. Yeah, exactly.
All right, speaking about like tournaments and everything, I know I got a clip of my favorite top 5 best tournament arcs.
All right.
So as we get to see it from there, I'm gonna show you which one's my favorite top 5.
Our tournament arcs. Let's see.
Yeah. All right, for 5th place, Chunin Exam. 4th, Heaven Battle Arena. Yeah. 3rd, Cell Games. Tournament Power. And the Dark Tournament. I really like about it.
Oh, Dark Tournament. Yeah, I didn't recognize that one. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, the Dark Tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how you say, the Chunin Exam, I really like it. I know everyone's the most underrated fight with Gaara versus Rock Lee. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, I do like it, but I love the one with Naruto with Neji. Because the part when Neji washed Hinata, and then he was like talking crap on her, and then Naruto had to step in and says she's not crap. She did her best, whatever, and that fight was crazy. I'm telling you, that fight.
Neji got his. No, I'm kidding.
I know you mentioned that you have your own top 5 best tournament arcs, and we do have one right here.
We have the clip of that?
Yeah.
If they want to play it,
they have it. After they play the clip, explain.
All right, let's see. So, let's see. We had UA Sports Fest. I also had Cell Games. I pretty much, I mean, we had pretty similar lists. I mean, some people would see similar images on there.
Yeah, yours, the 5th place was the Pokemon, right?
Yeah, you're right, actually.
X and Y?
Yeah, X and Y. You recognize that? Yeah, I'm a big X and Y fan. X and Y had a shiny Mega Gyarados in it. Yeah. Who was right there. Shiny Mega Gyarados. Best Pokemon ever, dude. But yeah, no, X and Y. Ash didn't win that year, but that was.
It was still hype.
Thank you. He should have won.
Yeah.
Alon should have lost a lot of times. Let's be honest. But you know, Charizard's Charizard, so they had to do that. And then I had the UA the licensing exam or something like the sports festival.
The sports festival.
Yeah, and you want to know a funny thing about that? Since we were talking about the whole Neji Hinata fight, the Uraraka Bakugo fight.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Great stuff. That was good writing.
Yeah, I did like it, but it was kind of funny because
that's the point though.
Like, I know she did her best at the end, even though she failed.
They put the personalities of the characters into the fights. You know, that was so cool. Like, even what's her name? The girl who can create stuff, just getting pushed out of the ring because she's overthinking. That was so smart. It was just like, you know, you're used to tournament arcs being fighting. But it was just so much personality. Even the inventor girl messing with Tenya.
Oh yeah,
that was so good.
Oh yeah, with the pink dreads.
Hagakure or something like that.
No, what? I don't know.
Not us.
No, Hagakure was the invisible girl.
You're right. Damn, you're good with names.
Damn.
I just need to remember the inventor girl.
But yeah, those were the only 2 I think that were different than yours. Because otherwise, Tournament of Power, Cell Games, Chunin Exams. We already talked about that.
The Cell Games, I really like the Cell Games because how you say Gohan fought Cell, and especially when the part when Goku decided to give up on fighting, he said, you know what, I'm gonna bring another fighter, and I'm gonna bring my own son to the arena.
Peak Gohan.
Yeah, Peak Gohan. I like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan because that's the how you say he's the reason why I like that character.
Are there any tournaments that we didn't mention that you like?
Oh yeah, what are yours?
I'm curious.
I don't think so.
Do you have a favorite amongst those? I'm just fascinated.
I mean, if I were to, not really, but I would suggest like a 1v1. You know Avatar, like the Agni Kai?
Oh yeah!
It's so good.
That's a good one. Yes,
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
Sorry.
It's cool. It's cool. I like it, and it's cool about it. And we got another image, but it's about to be some Q&A. All right, our first question.
Oh, shoot.
All right, question time. It's question time. All right, so we got an image. I'm going to pop out an image real quick, and I would like to know which kind of villain group would you like to join in. Right there in the top, that's the Espadas. Right there on the other side is the League of Villains. Right there in the middle is the Upper Moons, the Akatsuki's, the Phantom Troops, or the Ten Commandments. Each are from...
you put the 10 Commandments up there. That's so cool.
Yeah.
You just threw a curveball. I was like, I think the whole time I saw that list, I was gonna pick Akatsuki.
Yeah.
Perfect person. I mean, my watch literally has
The showering
the
gun.
showering
of,
gun on it.
Itachi.
Yeah.
All right, which my opinion.
Yeah, what do you got? I want to hear yours
Damn,
first,
I mean,
dude.
the Akatsuki's or the fan troop, I
Crazy
would like to
list.
join in, cause how you say the Akatsuki, they're chill as hell. They like with the coat and everything.
The matching coats is kind of a cool touch.
And the Phantom Troops, I like the Phantom Troops because each of them, they're also cool. They got their own personalities and they got their own objective. They're just chill, just like the Akatsuki. They could roam around, do whatever the heck they want to do, like just eat, hang
Ten
out.
Commandments are like literal demons.
Yeah.
Literal demons.
Yeah.
How about you?
Hmm.
What was the other? There was another one on there
Oh,
that
the
was really good.
Espadas,
Oh yeah.
Espadas, Upper Moons, Phantom Troop.
I gotta say, League of Villains. They had
That
The
was
League
the
of
good one.
Villains.
That was
Yeah.
a good choice.
each of them had their own like aspirations and like goals
Right.
to do. Like Dobby, he had
Oh, Dobby had
Fire.
yeah.
very very
He
dark.
had his own thing with Endeavor, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Spinner, he's an underrated one.
Twice.
Twice's
Yeah,
story
Twice.
was so good. I like that guy's name too, Gene Bubai Tawara or something like that. He has some crazy name.
The Magnificent one?
No, Twice's real name.
Oh.
It's like
Oh,
Gene
yeah.
Bubai
Oh,
Tawara or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It was such a cool name. But there's like so much thought goes into everything about that show. Like the whole present mic, like doing like the announce, like when you finally know what a person's quirk is, it just pops him
Oh,
up
yeah.
and doing a presentation of his name and stuff. It's very depth. There's so much depth to that show.
Yeah.
League of Villains, good choice, man.
Yeah.
All right, this is my second question. We're gonna pop out another image, and in your opinion, who got disrespected? Like, there's like 3 images that I have. We got Zoro versus Mihawk, Ichigo versus Aizen for the first time, or Kurapika fought one of the Phantom Troop. I mean, I'm gonna explain it to since none of you never watched Hunter x Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Right,
So-
that's the last
Wait,
one.
hold on.
Yeah.
Didn't he bring like a shovel?
Yeah, he brought the shovel to the fight before he started fighting with him.
Oh, so that, I mean, that if you knew it without knowing it, that might actually have to.
And then the
Yeah.
one with Aizen, with Ichigo, is the one when Ichigo started with the sword and his
Does he
theme
just
song
grab
started
it?
playing.
Yeah, he was on
Yeah,
it. He
and
was
then
on a like high roll.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the theme stops with the sword. With
Yeah,
the
he
fingertip.
caught it.
Yeah, with the fingertip. Yeah, those are both pretty bad.
And then with Zoro and Mihawk, he just pull up the butter knife, and then Zoro said, "You're not gonna use that big sword." He's like, "Nah, fam, I'm just using that small ass kitchen knife."
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. One that's not on the list for me personally would have to be like an Escanor moment. Any Escanor Gallons. Escanor Gallons.
Yeah, that
Wait,
part.
Or even with
Estarossa.
Estarossa.
Yes.
Estarossa, that was a good one. Walking right up to him.
Yeah.
You're walking right up to him.
I pity you.
I pity you.
Yeah.
Or even one of the movies when he's yelling at the bull. Or something. He's like, I'm the king of the jungle. Like I'm the
Oh,
lion.
it was that
something like
one
Yeah.
with the
There was like a bison
yeah,
dude
the
or something, or like a
six-
bear
no,
guy.
it was a lion.
Oh yeah, the 6 or something.
Yeah, it
I
was a
remember what you're talking
6.
about. The demon guy,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the movies. I forget.
All right, we got a third question. I know it's about Dragon Ball related. In your opinion, which Broly is better, the newer version or the older version?
OG. I
OG.
will always go with OG.
I mean,
He's
listen,
ruthless.
this is my opinion. This is my opinion. I like the OG, but his story is kind of dumb for some
no,
reason.
it's so watered
is.
down.
Yeah,
it's
like
so watered
the reason
down.
why he hates Goku is because when he was a baby, he was crying.
Good
like,
enough reason for me.
nonstop.
I don't need. The premise of the second 2 movies is my problem.
Oh yeah, second,
The second and third
second
ones were
family
bad.
Kamehameha.
That was the best part. You're absolutely right. But the premises of those films were so It was paper thin. I could punch through them easier than you could punch through a wall. Like it's so crazy. It was
And then nobody talks about the third film.
Oh, yeah, I was about to
wet
ask you,
wet
like, what's your
paper,
thoughts about
Cyber?
What's your thoughts about the third?
What was
Bio
that?
Broly?
Cyber Broly?
No,
or
it
whatever?
was
Bio
Bio
Broly.
Broly,
Bio Broly. I'm sorry. Bio Broly.
but nobody talks about it.
Nobody
No.
talks
I
about
mean-
it. He's not even Broly anymore at that point.
Y'all never noticed that Krillin went Super Saiyan when Goten and Trunks went Kamehameha on the ocean?
Such a ridiculous film. I still have to pick the OG. Though.
Yeah.
I still have to pick the OG.
I like Super Broly for one thing, because his story is really good.
Yeah.
It explains
Right.
more
No, yeah,
wider.
no, you're absolutely right about that. I think the thing is the nostalgia in the single first OG Broly. Because you have that one moment where you have Vegeta, the principal saying he's the king of trash talking,
Oh, yeah.
literally lose hope after he gets
Dude, he
blasted into
falls
a
in
wall.
Yeah,
fear.
especially you saw the
Yeah.
part. You
And
saw
he
the
just
part
doesn't
when
fight.
like
Doesn't fight.
remember the part when all the Z warriors like charging up Broly, and then he started like dodging, like weaving.
Dude.
Like,
And you had Jack Trunks, so.
oh yeah, Jack.
Wait, hold on,
Trunks.
hold on. Remember that moment? He knew that he could dodge all of them, and then he just tanks any attack as well.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I can dodge these, but I will tank him.
I will take him.
No, especially the part when Goku was charging the Kamehameha.
And then
he's like
point blank?
walking like.
Yeah, you never saw Hit or Jiren do that. Oh, and Jiren a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy.
All right, my other topic, we're gonna talk about like influencers. Like I know back then, when anime was like starting to become like a little bit popular from the past and everything, and I know some of our parents or grandparents, we could call them or something like that, from back then, everyone got misjudged and it really sucks. And like in the image that we saw,
Right.
we got like Megan Stallion cosplaying as one of the My Hero characters, and we got Michael B. Jordan who's into Naruto Shippuden, and we got Usher who's cosplaying as Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. And looking at them,
I
it
didn't
looked like
know Usher did that.
yeah, and
I
it's
only heard of it, like-
surprisingly that it's so popular that everyone are not being misjudged by them. They're like accepting who they are, like looking to the past.
As long as you're not Travis Scott dressing up as Brown Batman.
Oh yeah.
He deleted his entire Instagram account from that.
I thought it was a freaking roach or something like that, but it was the
did that.
Batman.
Yeah. No, but you're absolutely right. Actually,
Yeah.
I own a lot from Michael B. Jordan did that
Collection with Coach. I actually own
Oh
a
yeah, with the Naruto
yeah,
collaboration.
so it's crazy that you bring that up because I own a bunch of that stuff, and I love Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, I like how
she just played New York the other day.
Yeah, I like how Creed 3 takes place. Like how you say, it's like he said he wanted to adapt like Naruto, like the first classic
Right.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the part when they were like rescuing Sasuke, that arc, like the same thing, or the ending of Shippuden when Naruto fought with Sasuke.
You know what's funny that you bring it up is like Meg Thee Stallion has kind of made a lot of her identity and her marketing and everything that she does kind of like in a way tied to anime. And I saw in the news the other, I think the New York Times put up that she's like the first female rapper to headline and close to sell out Madison Square Garden. I don't think you could ever put those two things in a sentence together back in the day. Meg Thee Stallion, female rapper who's a huge anime fan, almost sold out Madison Square Garden. What? That's amazing. And it just shows how much the culture is like different now.
Yeah. What about you? What's your thoughts about like till the past until now? Like,
Dude, in the past, everyone was so shut in. Like, nobody would want to talk about it on just like being judged.
Right. Who's listening, right?
Right. And then now it's just exploded.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
Like, you see billboards of it.
Yeah. Anime NYC, all the conventions take over everything.
Yeah, there's so
Yeah.
many
So much
collaborations.
money to
like,
be
with,
Collaboration.
yeah, with like different like areas like.
You guys went to
restaurants.
that? You went to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you say? We got. I mean, it's not technically our final, but we could discuss this one since.
Oh, it's Dragon Ball related,
Yeah,
right?
Dragon Ball related.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so I know since Akira Toriyama passed away and everything, I know that's his final project, Daima. Even though Sandland was a thing,
Right, yeah.
but
But this
supposedly,
upcoming project,
yeah,
yeah.
supposedly that's his last project. And what's your thoughts on the upcoming anime that's coming out this fall?
So the funny thing is, we had to watch the trailer on this
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
we sat down and did this because I heard the name before and you heard the name
Yeah.
before, but like I didn't really look into the marketing or like what it was about. And then you
And then
explained it a little better,
You
yeah.
said that it was like after a little bit after Z and then before like Battle of the Gods.
Yeah, so yeah, it takes place like that.
It's the GT time period. It's the GT.
Yeah,
That's what you wanted to say.
Yeah, that's why a lot of fans are hating on it. But even though, think about it, that's his final project. At least be grateful for his masterpiece that he
Yeah,
left.
that's why I think that's where we were kind of
Yeah.
both settling on is like if he's attached to it
Yeah.
and it's like it's got to be good. It's the thing is you
Yeah.
could go in with a grain of salt or like your reserves. It's just the whole everybody being turned to a little kid again. I mean, to see Roshi as a little kid will be fun. There's gonna be certain
Yeah.
characters that you'll appreciate seeing them. I just was excited to see Goten and Trunks get older too. You know,
Yeah.
there's the trade-off.
Oh, what's your thoughts about the movie from I think 2 years ago or a year ago, Superheroes?
So
Ooh.
I watch all Dragon Ball content in English, and I watch that in Japanese. I need to rewatch it in English. I didn't enjoy it as much just because I couldn't get into like I'm used to the voices I'm used to. You know, I think I watched it just to watch it because I wanted to catch it, and then I just never got around to watching it in English. So I have to give that a fair chance again.
All right, this is my final question. What, in your opinion, what is the best, the voice acting, English dub or Japanese or sub?
It's like subjective.
It's so subjective.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, as much as I'm sitting here and being like, oh, I need the the English now, and this goes back to this is gonna date me, all right? But back in the day in Chinatown, in those little malls, you know, those like the ones that you go into is actually like 7 shops in there, or 8
Oh, yeah,
shops,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes they have downstairs and stuff. There used to be a place, and this is this is really dating me. When Dragon
Alright.
Ball Z was airing,
Someone's calling me. I think we gotta wrap this up.
Oh,
My
yeah.
bad, my bad. It's
No,
a
you're
family
good.
emergency.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. It's grateful for you guys to join along with us with the
yeah,
podcast.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
I hope this goes well in the future with my future podcast. But
Let's do it.
we should do it again sometime.
For
and
sure.
everything.
Definitely.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard to my first podcast, and I hope everyone's having a grateful time. And see you next time. Peace, y'all.